Hey everybody, welcome back to my anime react channel, Gizanime. Today we're going to be reading The Return of the Disaster Class Hero, Chapter 8 and 9. The last chapters we left off with, our boy Geon has decided to take up residence with Jimin in Sungjae's house and has destroyed like a bunch of his artifacts. And we find out, that Sungjae is like this really huge Geon fanboy. And they decide to go shopping, Jimin and Sungjae does. And they're in this time in the store. The store is overrun by all kinds of disaster class monsters. And people are just starting to die left and right. And we find out that this gigantic Spider Queen girl is in there as well. And she is an entity that Yonghui was unable to beat. So Yonghui finds out that she's in there and decides just to level the place because he doesn't want, the public to find out that he's weak and was able to beat her. So the only way to hide that is to level the building. So he tells another person that they have inside this building at the moment to get out with Sungjae, and they're just going to kill everybody else that's inside of the place. So I don't think that's going to happen at all. I'm pretty sure that Geon is either going to stop them from leaving, or he's just going to beat everybody in there and somehow stop whatever bombardment of artillery they throw at this building as well. Or he'll kill her and get everybody out before the artillery is able to really affect anything, which means he'll probably be moving at FTL speeds or something to that effect, because for him, if that's the case, for him to do that, he would have to be moving pretty fast indeed. But with that said, on top of that, we know that Yonghui is headed here. They were told, that Yonghui's on his way, there's no stopping him, so he's going to get here. So hopefully this sets up our first encounter with the 12 Saints and Geon. That Geon will get out of there with everybody still intact, defeating the Spider Queen that Yonghui couldn't beat. Thus, more solidifying the fact that he's stronger than Yonghui. And we'll get some kind of confrontation with them. I'm pretty sure that at some point he's going to kill him, but we'll see. So that said, let's get on to this chapter, though. Chapter 8, and I will see you there. Alright, everybody, here it is. Chapter 8. Let's see what's going on. So we still have this S-Rank shaking in his boots, knowing that everything is about to be obliterated. Why is there a problem? And of course, we know he replies no. Even though there definitely is, even he knows it, but he's obviously going to say no. There's no problem at all.
Coward.
So in the end, this guy who I thought had moral convictions doesn't have any at all. It wouldn't even be enough if we begged for help. So what are you saying? Don't you see the chaos we're in right now? Sungjae screaming at Geon. No. You're just telling everyone here to be buried alive. I know. But think about it. If we say that the Spider Queen appeared in the middle of a city street, what will the people think? Who cares? Who cares what they think? Like, what will they think if they find out you let a whole bunch of people die because you were too chicken shit to let everybody know that the Spider Queen was there in the first place? Like, that seems like worse optics in my opinion than letting them know that the Spider Queen appeared. What? I mean, I do understand though, to a small degree, because if people learn that, a bunch of disaster class monsters just appeared out of nowhere, then they're basically going to live in a constant state of panic. Like, what if they pop up in my house? What if they pop up here? I'm not safe anywhere. The citizens will definitely rebuke the divine cadre. Their devotion will be shaken, and the divine god's strength will also weaken. Humanity's devotion must be unshakable in order for us to receive protection from the divine gods. Okay, so it's faith-based as well. Because they have to believe in the divine gods, because if they lose faith, then the gods become weaker. So the strength of the gods is based on the faith of the people. That's kind of sad. Just because of that? Luckily, there is a lended teleport left. 2 people can use it at once. Geon, Sungjae, only you come with me.
This is not gonna happen.
Since it's in order, I'll take you out specially. Well, what about my friend? I can't leave him behind. He's like, yeah, Jimin's just going to have to stay here and die. That's the greater sacrifice. Thank you for your service. And we'll be, well, we won't be seeing you later. We'll be seeing your body later. Besides, there are still many people who weren't able to find shelter. I'm still bewildered at why they were looking for shelter. Like, how come everybody hasn't tried to run out the front door? The stupid idiot. Why are you pestering me in a situation like this? Okay, some of the English translations in this is a little poor. I have no thought to be buried alive because I hesitated due to incompetent idiots like that. So he's basically just going to leave without Sungjae, I guess, or try to at least. It's because Sungjae doesn't want to leave without his friend. But I also can't just ignore the commands of the Divine Cadre Captain. Okay, so he's not going to leave. Sungjae, he's going to try to force him to go. I'll get rid of those burdens so you won't have to worry about them.
What did you say?
Yo, is this dude going to kill Jimin? Or at least try to? Because I don't think that's going to happen. Just trash like fucker. Yeah, Sungjae definitely gets it. He understands what he's about to try to do. Haha, Geon Sungjae. You're not thinking of fighting me, right? Well, yeah, that's exactly what we're doing. You and I are on different levels. You have to stop being needlessly guilty and make the wise choice. Geon chunked a part of the building at him. Ugh, douche. And he's just down on the ground. Oh no, he didn't throw. Is that a part of, or is that a monster he threw at him? Maybe the Spider Queen. Oh, you guys, why are you still here? It's dangerous, so get outside quickly. Young! We can't leave because the exit is being blocked by calamities. Okay, I guess that's why nobody's left. I guess that's a good reason. We either have to use teleport. Oh, how convenient. Look, there's teleport right there. Or get rid of all the calamities. Besides that, there are also many injured people. And outside the Ram constellation, guys are blocking it off.
Dickhead.
What are they blocking off the exit so nobody can leave? I mean, I guess that sort of makes sense because the calamities can't get out either, but at the same time, you're preventing people from leaving as well. And this is basically saying that you all are too weak to even deal with any of these calamities in this building. While Geon by himself is just demolishing them. Which is... I don't know if that's sad or absurd, to be honest with you. This situation's a real pain, honestly. You damn beggar. You dare trample me? He might be a little upset, but all that anger is just irrelevant. Geon just doesn't care. Huh? What is this? Didn't you throw away the people that escaped by yourself? Shut up. You idiots try staying alive by yourselves. I'm going to escape even if it's just me. Okay, Spider Queen is slinging some webbing at him. You're not going anywhere. Oh, if he teleports now, is he going to teleport with her? That would be interesting.
No.
Uh-oh. I guess we're not teleporting. Ooh, we teleported right into her stomach. Oh, shit. Oh, and that cracked, so maybe that broke. So they can't use that either. You two, I'll take care of this. You guys go on and take care of the injured first, so we can leave immediately. I'm actually surprised that Geon hasn't finished her off by now. What? It'll be finished in an instant. Yeah, that's what I figured last chapter. Okay, the barrier is disappearing. Geon destroy the barrier too, or did they let it go? What's the situation like? The mart has been blocked off and we've sealed the entire building. Besides, what started before I arrived? Isn't this progressing too slowly? Okay, maybe it isn't disappearing. It just looks kind of like it is. Because that's not a complete barrier. So, I don't know. It kind of looked like it was disappearing to me. Why does it feel like the seal isn't working properly? Okay, so maybe I wasn't that wrong. Right? It feels like something's blocking it. What? Okay, so I'm assuming it's Geon emitting like this really bright light. Okay. With this creature that I forgot totally about in chapter, I think it was 6 that was revealed, 5 or 6, that shows that he's gained like the power of this thing when he appeared in front of it after he looked at himself in the mirror. So totally forgot about that. What is that? A snake? Sorta a snake? Yeah, no, maybe. Ah, young, young. Save us! The calamity is inside. I'm telling you that there are still people trapped inside. Some guy killed all the spiders. Killed the spiders? Impossible. Who could? When even I couldn't do it. I'll have to check it myself. Young Nim, there could still be calamities inside. That's not a problem, so just wait, all of you. Okay, so we're definitely getting that meeting with Geon and Youngwee.
I've been looking forward to this.
Alright, is this the guy who initially went in? Okay, is this what is going on here? It couldn't be the same guy because, okay, it was Youngwee, I guess, darting about the building. My God. Okay, so she is dead this time. Took him a little longer than I thought it would, to be honest with you. How did they kill this? Just who? There's still traces of the battle left. Something definitely happened here. Does this mean they really hunted the Spider Queen? Ha. This is getting bigger and bigger. Besides this, there's other shit I have to pay attention to. This feeling. No, that bastard is... Why is that bastard here? Okay, so that's definitely our boy Hugo Otters down there. But why is Geon and everybody else gone?
Are you sure about that?
Like, that's weird that they just left like that. Hugo Otters. No way, is that Hugo bastard the culprit behind all of this? Actually, thinking of it like that makes sense. Was your life more bearable because I wasn't here?
Hello there.
What's wrong, ass hair? Okay, so Geon is still here.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
that look that he's giving him. Oh man, I'm going to enjoy beating you up. Are you uncomfortable somewhere? We haven't seen each other in a while. Why is your expression so rotten? You know, Geon is getting a kick out of this. Lee? Lee Geon? Alright, everybody, and that was the chapter. Chapter 8 was pretty good. Wouldn't say it was the best chapter. The ending was definitely the icing on the cake in this one. Seeing Young Wee shit himself while Lee Geon was behind him talking shit to him. Because at first it definitely did look like Geon left with everybody, but maybe he left and came back, or maybe he just had them leave and stayed behind. And now we've got the fact that Hugo Otters, Lee Geon, and Young Wee are all there at the same time. This next chapter is probably going to be really interesting. Because I'm not sure if he's going to kill him outright, or if there's going to be some long drawn out fight, or if he's just going to sit there and grovel and try to repent to Lee Geon. And also, we know that Hugo Otters did nothing wrong. Hugo actually tried to help Lee Geon by telling him in the first and second chapter, you know, hey, you're going to die tomorrow. Because, I mean, I feel like if Hugo Otters has this ability to foretell prophecy, that maybe Lee Geon should have listened a little more and taken into consideration what he had to say. So that seems a little bit strange, unless Geon is just like this really headstrong person that's like, oh, I don't believe in fate, or I don't believe in this or that, so I'm just going to go and whatever happens, happens. Because everybody thinks he dies, but honestly, he really didn't die. He was just imprisoned in that tower for an extremely long time. So we also see that the S-rank guy that controls the ice, whose name I forget and is honestly really irrelevant, died really quickly. He was going to leave everybody there. He kept trying to get Sungjae to leave with him, and he wasn't having that. He was like, look, my friend's here. I'm not about to leave Jimin behind. So that's not happening. And he even started to man up against him, power up and try to fight him. But that was irrelevant because Geon inadvertently threw a monster at him. I don't know if he meant to do that or not. I would like to think he did, because that would just make him funnier, right? But the giant Spider Queen just like immediately webs him, pulls him in, and just eats him like in one fluid motion. And to me, that shows how much stronger she is than an S rank, at least. The fact that she was just able to do that so easily. And the S ranks are obviously supposed to be really powerful, right? You got the S, double S, and triple S, which are the Saints. So it's possible that there's like a real big variance in power, but I'm not really sure. especially from double S to S. Like, how big's the gap between there? I'd really like to know these things so I can better tell, how strong the Spider Queen really is. Like, if we had a double S there, could she have beaten the double S? Possibly, because, again, Yonghui being a Saint triple S couldn't beat her. So the odds that she could beat a double S are pretty high too, I would think. And if that's the case, then that would mean that Li Geon is like way above the Saints. Because Yonghui said he couldn't beat her, which means that there was an actual battle that he barely managed to escape. Whereas in this case, to me, Geon was playing with her. Because when he said he was going to finish the battle, he finished it. So everything up to that point, on top of fighting all the other calamities, was just a game to him. Like, just child's play. He's just messing around. And at the same time, he's keeping everybody safe. He's making sure that this punk S-Ray hunter doesn't leave, and get away with trying to essentially let everybody just die. And it also makes you wonder if if whatever it is that they try to initiate, because they were going to try to level this mart, happened, would the Spider Queen have died in all the fallout, or would she have just shrugged it all off and just came out of that anyway, unfazed, and started killing everybody in the surrounding area? So that's an interesting kind of thing to think about, because there's a huge possibility in my mind that him killing everybody in the mart would have been irrelevant anyway, because she would have lived. So yeah, everybody, that was that chapter. We're going to get a huge beating in chapter 9. So with that said, let's get on to it, see what happens, and I will see you there. Alright everybody, chapter 9. Let's see what happens in this one. So we got some sirens. Obviously, we've got like police escorts there, or policemen there. All kinds of ambulances, fire trucks possibly. Anyone who's injured, this way please. Hurry up. Please get out of the way, it's dangerous.
Oh, bitch! Get out the way! Get out the way!
It's not dangerous though. Not now. Everything's been handled. Okay, so we got Sungjae and Jimin out here. Sungjae looking kind of irritated. Is he in fact Li Geon? Oh. Even though he appeared to be different, his movements were the same. Having doubts. Imagine when the realization truly hits him, how he'll feel. Like, this guy that I've been idolizing this whole time, who I thought was dead, who I have statues of everywhere, he's living in my house. Truly blessed. Truly blessed. Sungjae! Huh? Sungjae! Why are you here? Well, I'm here because I was shopping in the store before all this crap happened. When did you come back to Korea? Whoa, the Sagittarius Archer. What? Is that the tone you should be using when speaking to your father? Haha. Poor Sungjae. Getting scolded by daddy. Forget it. You don't appear to be badly injured. You should be fine after you receive treatment. More importantly, Sungjae, were you in the mart? I heard that the Calamity was killed. Did you see who did it? Seriously? I wonder who he takes after. But Yeon Hyung should be fine, right? Like, this guy just outright says it. And he was like, what? What did you just say? Huh? Did you just say Yeon Hyung? Where is he? Do you know him? Sorry. Could you be talking about the Saint Hugo Otters? He's inside the mart right now. He's also the one who defeated the Spider Queen. He said his name is Geon. Hugo is definitely sweating bullets now. As is Young Wee, that's for sure. Probably pissing himself too. And a huge explosion. One where Geon most definitely punched Young Wee in the face. So I guess they were right. It's still dangerous here. But not for the reasons they thought it was dangerous for sure. Huff, huff. A whole bunch of rubble. Huff. Okay. He's still standing. That's a little interesting. You're too much. It's been 20 years since we've met. And you attacked me out of nowhere? Ah, so that was because of Yonghui. Who on earth are you?
I'm your worst nightmare.
Huh? It feels like he resembles Li Geon. But wasn't his face filled with scars and his voice sounds different too? And there's no way he's so young. You bastard! How dare you impersonate Li Geon? I got scared for a moment. Dude, you're still scared. What? Impersonate? How dare you not know your place and try to go against me? You're prepared for what's coming next, right? Geon is so unfazed. What the fuck was that retard? I think, before we get to this little moment here, I think that the way he talks, not how he sounds, but how he talks to them, should be a huge indicator that this is the same person. Because I feel like that's not something that's normal. Like, his nonchalant, just sailor mouth attitude, the way he just is kind of not really demeaning all the time, but just really impatient with people. The way he talks to them, like, I wouldn't say really talks down, but in a sense, I guess he does. Not because he feels superior to people, but just because he comes off as like that I really don't give a shit type person. I don't want to hear your crap. I'll do what I want to do type mentality. And I just feel like maybe they should kind of put two and two together a little easily or quicker. You know what I mean? But now we have Li Geon just straight up punching Yonghui in the gut and probably going to send him flying. Did you think I was lying? Yeah, like I said, flying. So, oh man, it would have been better if he went through the pillars. That would have been so cool. But these little like shock waves right here are really nice too. Oh wow!
Fuck me, that was fast.
He blitzed right behind him. And sent him back down. So he punched him up and then down. Wow. That's rough. Shit. You guys really need to be beaten up before you listen to others. Was life any better after getting rid of me in the tower, you shitty bastard? You guys stole my divine artifacts and assets. And you even forged my will, I heard. It's alright. It's alright. I was going to kill you all anyways.
Kill them all.
So, the fact that you did all that is irrelevant. It doesn't matter. You were going to die regardless for trying to kill me. So, I sort of forgive you for stealing the artifacts because it doesn't matter. I'll start by teaching you a lesson. And then I'll go after your house, your divine cadre, your divine artifacts, which were probably all mine anyway, and the rest of the saint bastards. I'll destroy everything. Always just like, his whole life is flashing before his eyes right now, and everything he's done up until the tower where they left the Geon in it, and he's just like, shit, it's all coming down. It's all irrelevant. I can see it shattering before me. I won't allow that to happen. The way he speaks and acts, he's not bluffing. And I wasn't able to see his movements at all just now. Which makes me really wonder how you're not going to allow any of that to happen. Like, what are you going to do? Is he really Lee Geon? He came back after surviving the tower? That's impossible. So, he's obviously I guess he's in such shock that this is even a thing right now that he cannot fathom it happening, or he's just like in really deep denial that this is a possibility. If you are really Lee Geon, then okay, pulling out all the stops, unleashing his limiter.
Try proving it.
Alright, so even the tone of his voice changed. So that's interesting. Alright, so it looks like we're getting a little Gilgamesh action going on here from Fate Stay Night series. Summoning a few swords out of the ether like that. But this attack is obviously irrelevant. Okay, so he's summoning the swords. He has this cute little hat on him. Ares, owner divine god, the Jade Emperor has appeared. Alright, so yeah, he's going all out now. I guess he somehow summoned this divine god to him. Only a part of the divine god has appeared. Right, I guess he's like trying to bind him somehow with these chains to lock him in place for this attack or imprison him. And yeah, so he's binding him down. But I don't think this is going to work. It will also be interesting to see if Geon could just tank whatever attack it is that he's about to throw at him. Do we still look like weaklings to you?
Bitch, yes you do.
The fact that he's sweating like that is just a real huge indicator to me that, yeah, he's a weakling and he's really fucking scared right now. So, yeah, you do seem like weaklings. I don't know how you came back from the tower, but royal skill, divine god's weapon. I mean, this is a whole lot of swords. I feel like this could give Gilgamesh a run for his money, at least as a sword attack. I'm not sure if this guy is as powerful as Gilgamesh from the Fate Stay Night series at all, but yeah, he's definitely still. It's an impressive attack, to say the least, because it's literally what Gilgamesh does. He summons all those swords. So, alright, it looks like Geon might try to tank this attack.
Wow. So amazing.
This reminds me of, I forget his name, but the main character in the Daily Life of an Immortal King series. It's actually a really good series from China. How he's just so unfazed by literally anything going on. Like, it could be like the most powerful being on Earth. And as far as he's concerned, it's still beneath him to the point where he just doesn't really care. Shut up! Die! Okay, they're right there, and... Okay, so they all slam into him. Like this seemingly endless barrage of swords out of nowhere. Now keep in mind, this guy could not beat the Spider Queen that Geon beat with even probably this attack. Because I am sure this guy went all out against the Spider Queen. So this form of his, with this god behind him, he was probably in this state fighting the Spider Queen. So if this attack did not phase her, but Geon did, and so much more by killing her, then this attack is not going to phase Geon at all. All he's done is destroy the rest of the building. Alright. This ginormous, gigantic hole in the ceiling. This ungodly amount of swords that makes the Game of Thrones throne look like child's play. Just piled on top of Geon. Did he die? I was surprised to see you return from the Demon Tower, but you're as stupid as ever. For you to fight head on against me, who has leveled up from the experience points that the disciples have gathered, how foolish. Did you think we just fooled around for 20 years? Yeah, that's probably what he thought, and that's probably what you all pretty much did do. And Geon just about to break through from this massive attack and wall of swords surrounding him. It can't be! And this huge discharge of energy, knocking all these swords back. Okay, I guess they managed to cut his body up some.
Good job.
But clearly not enough. He's got a pretty big scar going here, it looks like. And it tore up his clothes. So there's that. Okay, not only did he break through from all these swords, but he blitzed in front of Yonghui in order to punch him square in the face. Nice. Sending him flying once again. How did he survive that? Okay, so this guy is definitely missing some teeth now. So that was definitely an incredibly powerful punch. Are you really Lee Geon? This guy goes back and forth between that because he was literally talking to him like he was Lee Geon. He said, I don't know how you survived the tower. You were stupid to come back and try to attack me, blah, blah, blah. So why are you talking to him like he's Lee Geon when you think he's down? But when he's back up, you're questioning it again. Like, make up your mind, dude. Do you think he is or isn't? Wow, you finally recognized who I am.
I think he's got it.
Stomps him clean in the chest, crushing his ribcage, probably breaking more of the bones. Yeah, I'm really back. For real. And that's the end of the chapter. So this chapter was, the majority of this chapter was just them fighting. The huge takeaways, though, are, to me, the fact that he was still injured by Yonghui's attack. Just superficially. Like, these are really just scratches. He's not even bleeding. So they really didn't even scratch, I guess, it's far down enough to cause him to bleed. Or they're just not showing blood. Because some of these look pretty bad. I mean, it's like patches of skin have just been ripped off of his body. So the takeaway from this is Yonghui's attacks are still pretty powerful. How he is able to injure Li Geon but was unable to kill the Spider Queen is a little beyond my comprehension, because if you were able to injure this man with that attack and tried that same attack on the Spider Queen, I feel like she would have been killed. So I don't know if that was just set up to show how strong Li Geon is compared to them, but it kind of doesn't make sense. Takeaway number 2 is the fact that Li Geon is absurdly fast. So much to the point where, as we see earlier, he punched Yonghui up, blitzed behind him before he even started to descend, and hit him down to the ground. So we know he is incredibly fast. We don't know how fast though. But he's definitely up there in speed. And then one of the other things that I'd like to note is that these guys level up or gain power through not only this deity that I guess gave them the initial power, but also through the experience of those under them. So if this guy, I guess it's kind of like a formed party in like a game where you share the experience. But this guy doesn't have to go do anything to gain the experience. So if he has like 1,000 underlings, like 10 S ranks or double S ranks, and like a couple hundred S ranks, and then the rest like B's and A's, A ranks under him, everything that they do, every monster they defeat, every objective that they finish, I guess, with the chapter where Li Geon fights against those two, flicks those two idiots into the walls that were there. Were they trying to complete a quest of some kind or do something to gain experience? Is that maybe what they were doing? And by completing that, they would have ranked up, gotten more items, and on top of that, whatever they earned, he would have got a part of as, you know, being their leader, essentially. So that could also be another thing, because I'm really still curious what those two were doing there in the first place, because to me it was never really expanded on much what they were doing in that area with this huge dome force field or whatever over them. But if that's the case and they were there to try to complete some quest, and the quest again was to find somebody to beat up or take something from, I don't know if the factions kind of fight amongst each other, you know, like his group fights against, you know, the Sagittarius group that Hugo Otters heads, you know, they have like in battling kind of like that, sort of like different guilds essentially, because that would make it a little more interesting, I guess. I've got to say, through his nonchalant demeanor attitude with this, wow, so amazing, this attack does look pretty cool looking. Like, to see something like this animated would be kind of neat. Just huge deity or being, basically, hovering over you with this gigantic hand, and then all these swords just swirling around. And that does seem kind of neat. One of the things is, like Gilgamesh from the Fate Stay Night series, I know that he can summon an unlimited amount of them. So even with as impressive as this amount of swords seems, this is probably still nothing compared to what Gilgamesh could probably do. So next chapter, I'm almost certain that Hugo Otters will pop in at some point to maybe stop Li Geon from killing him, or to see if they can't come up with some kind of truce or treaty or peace agreement. Because, I don't know, I think it would be a little odd to see him kill all of them. But at the same time, again, it's kind of like solo leveling where Jinwoo goes around killing the monarchs. It kind of has like that same feel to it. But we'll see if that's kind of the route where this manga goes or not. So with that said, let me know what you all thought of these chapters. If you enjoyed this reaction, I'd really appreciate if you could hit that sub button down below. Leave a comment in the comment section. Maybe fill in some gaps that I've missed up until this point. Some clarification, especially, again, why those two were in the area that Lee Geon flicked them at. You know, those two subordinate and sub-young Wees. And I will catch you all next time.